Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 7th of October 2020. This is the series where we go over the Shrine of Secrets, in Dead by Daylight, go over the perks. There's 2 killer perks, the 2 survivor perks, we go over what they do, what characters they come with, and at the end I'll give my thoughts on if you should put any of your shards towards buying one, or if you should just save them up, or if you could just use blood points to level up the character. So, I know it's been a while. I think it's been like 2 weeks since I last did a video or any content. Yeah, sorry about that. I have been ill with a cold. It's nothing serious, don't worry, but it's just some flu and I'm just still recovering, so I can't really do anything about that, but I need to get some content out at some point. And now I'm healing, so I thought I'd do one today. Yeah, so sorry about the constant coughing. I'm keeping updated on the Twitter at @lbrabbing, by the way, so follow that if you've not already. But other than that, I should be doing some streams soon as well, I hope, and hopefully some commentary videos. I'm just trying to get this last bit of the cough out the way. Without further ado, we're going to get right into this. So first of all, we have Dead Hard, which is a David King perk. You've probably all heard about this, but if you don't know what this does, basically it's an exhaustion perk, and it lets you dash forward while you're injured, and you basically avoid damage. Well, you're meant to avoid damage. However, sometimes servers and lag and ping can affect this, and it makes it not that reliable all of the time. Dead Hard is in most of my survivor builds, because when it does work, it's great, but there's already a reliability factor. It's not 100% reliable. Sometimes you'll press the button and nothing happens and you'll get downed. Sometimes you do dash forward and then you still get downed. Yeah, it's just that's probably the only downside, and also about using it properly. I would tend to use this to get to a pallet or window, or to a safe loop or something like that. I see too many people using this in open fields because they'll get distance, but then nothing comes of it. So, like, you know, they'll dash forward to avoid the hit, and then basically they'll get downed in the next second anyway because they kind of wasted their Dead Hard. So you have to use it kind of efficiently. You have to have some kind of muscle memory, because you can time it perfectly. If you go too early, then the killer can just swing again and you'll die, or if you don't do it at all, then you'll just get down. So yeah, it is an exhaustion perk, so keep in mind there is the exhaustion status effect for 60 seconds. At tier 2 that's 50 seconds, and at tier 3 that's 40 seconds, which basically means you can't use it while this stats effect is available. But you can recover obviously by just walking or doing a jam. 40 seconds isn't really that long, and again, you can only use this when you're injured. So it's a good perk. Again, this is in like most of my builds. It's great at what it does when it wants to work, basically. Next we have Make Your Choice. This is a pig perk, and this is one of my favorite killer perks in the game. This basically makes ultrism kind of difficult, sort of. I'll explain it now. So whenever a survivor rescues another survivor from the hook from at least 32 meters away from you, so you have to be at least 32 meters away for this to work, Make Your Choice will cause the survivor who did the rescue to scream, and will apply the exposed stats effect on them for 40 seconds, and this perk has a cooldown of 40 seconds. Now, at tier 2, both of these go to 50 seconds, and at tier 3, they both go to 60 seconds. So, basically, you hook someone, you walk away, as long as you're 32 meters away when the person's rescued, the rescue will then become exposed, reveal their location, yeah, and then there'll be one hit. So basically, it kind of makes, especially if you've got loads of pressure on, and you know, like there's no gens being done or anything, because obviously it's kind of like Devour Hope in that sense, where it's like you can save them and then you'll suffer from it, or you don't, and obviously that person dies. But this is really good on a lot of killers, but also a lot of killers who have good mobility. Wraith, Demogorgon, Pig herself, to be honest, works really well. Spirit, things like that. Killers who can quickly get away from the hook, oh, well, that doesn't really matter, but also can quickly get back, is really good. Also, however, if the rescue is injured, that's kind of pointless. The scream to reveal their position is not that helpful, because obviously you'll just know that they're obviously going to be at the hook. Also, I think Calm Spirit does counter that part of it, but I'm not sure. I don't know about that. And also making sure if it's a survivor friends and they know you have this perk, you might have a bunch of people go up to the hook, so then they'll know that obviously you'll be coming back to go after the downed, go after the exposed person, sorry, to down them. So what happens is sometimes you'll chase the wrong person for ages, and then you'll hit them, and then they'll just go into injured, and then you're like, oh great, I was chasing the wrong person. Also, obviously, the status effect can run out, so if they're able to loop you for a really long time, eventually you will hit them while the effect is off, so just keep that in mind. But other than that, this is one of my favourite perks to use. It's good on a lot of killers, especially ones with like the mobility, like I said, who can just quickly go back and forth. Yeah, other than that, I haven't really got anything else to say. I really like this perk. I don't know how they would change it though. I think it's pretty good where it is right now, to be honest. Next we have Sabotage, which is a Jake perk, and I don't have this because I don't actually have most of Jake's perks, to be honest. I think I only have Iron Will from ages ago, but yeah, this got reworked recently actually. I think before it basically just let you sabotage hooks while you don't have a toolbox, so it's kind of like self-care where it's like you don't actually have to have the thing to do the objective, if that makes sense. But now it got buffed, so it's still good. It was good before, but it's better. So now see hook auras in a 56-meter radius from the picked up spot if a survivor is being carried. This is really good, especially if you combine this with other perks, which I will talk about in a minute. Yeah, so a survivor gets picked up, and then you'll see the auras of hooks in that radius from the pickup spot, so you can make some plays, big brain moves basically. Unlocks the ability to sabotage hooks without a toolbox, and you can sabotage a hook without a toolbox, which will take 2.5 seconds. Again, this is really good. It's like self-care in that sense. You can get a objective kind of thing done without needing the equipment for it. And also the sabotage action has a 90-second cooldown. Now at tier 2 that is 75 seconds I think, and then I think tier 3 that's 60 seconds. I'm very confident in that, but I'm not 100%. I'm more like 96% sure. But this is good. You probably need to use this with other perks to get the full effect. You've probably seen, or if not, you can watch Monto or something for like the Sabo builds. So you could have Iron Will. Dead Hard is also good with this. Breakout especially, because that will also help in getting that picked up person off the killer's back. Sprint Burst, I guess. Yeah, you kind of just need to use this with the perks. Again, you can also use a very strong toolbox with add-ons for this as well, and obviously when that runs out you can just use your thing again. You can just use the fact that you don't need a toolbox. Also built to last, I guess, because then you can just get that toolbox back like instantly. So this perk is good. It can be really powerful to play against. Again, once it synergizes with other perks, and if it's a survive with friends all doing this, good luck, because you'll probably rage quit, which is fair enough. Apologies about that. Yeah, again, I don't actually have this perk, so I can't say too much about it, but I know that this buff is really good. Also, one thing, nitpick thing, I actually prefer the old icon for this, which had like a bear trap being like half dismantled, which I just thought looked really cool. This one is also cool, but I don't really like it that much, sorry. Finally, we have Thrilling Tremors, which is a Ghostface perk, and it's nice to see this on here. I don't know if this has been on recently. It feels recent, but then at the same time it doesn't really. This is a Ghostface perk. In my opinion, this is one of Ghostface's best perks. Sorry. And again, I use this in a lot of my builds. I'm using this in my current Wraith build and my what's it, Demogorgon build, I think. I'm not sure. This is sort of like a good alternate to barbecue and chili, because it sort of does the same thing. Basically, once you pick a survivor up from dying state and you just pick them up to take into the hook, all generators that are not being worked on get blocked by the entity and can't be repaired for 16 seconds. And these effect generators, so the ones that are blocked, will be highlighted by a white aura. So in that sense, you get a brief moments to glance at what gens are being worked on or not. This is like barbecue and chili because you can kind of see, even if they're really close to you, you can see if there is a survivor there, and then obviously you can check that place, and if they're not there, you know they're definitely around because, you know, 16 seconds ago they were there. So yeah. Also, this perk, once the 60 seconds is up, has a cooldown of 100 seconds. Voice spray, don't worry about that. At tier 2 that is 8 seconds, and at tier 3 that's 60 seconds. So even at tier 3 it does take a full minute. And I'm going to be honest, I think this should probably get buffed. 16 seconds in my opinion isn't enough. What happens a lot is that you'll pick up a survivor, and then obviously, well, for one, you'll carry them to the hook, so you'll miss out on time looking around anyway. But then the problem is, if the hook's really far away, or if a survivor's took a hit, so it takes a bit longer to get to the hook and hook them, by the time that you're able to look around and check the gens, the effect is worn off, so you basically didn't get any information from it. I think that should maybe get buffed to maybe 20 seconds or maybe 25 seconds or something, I don't know. But I just don't feel like 16 seconds is enough, even though the effect is good, and it has saved me a lot of times. I don't think 60 seconds is long enough because, again, by the time sometimes you've hooked someone and you're able to actually look around. I mean, you could obviously just pick them up and then look around, but I don't know, I like to just make hooking my priority, especially if, like, you know, there's only a few gens left and, like, you know, no one's really injured or anything. You want to put that pressure on. Yeah, and also, again, the 100-second, 80, and then 60-second cooldown is also a lot, but I feel that's fair enough. Although you could maybe make that 40 seconds, 50 seconds, 60 seconds, sort of. I don't know. Oh yeah, Ghostface himself. Yeah, that's what I'm using this with as well. It's a good perk. Again, I like using it instead of barbecue and chili sometimes. I do like using it with other general ghost perks as well. But other than that, yeah, it's good. I like it. Sorry about that. I'm fine, I promise. So now we're going to go over perks you should get if you're looking to buy something. For Survivor, I'm going to say Dead Hard because this is an exhaustion perk and this can be really powerful. This has saved my ass more than, well, I was going to say more than once, more than like 5 times at least. But this is good, but it's not completely reliable, but for the most part it's fine. It is exhaustion, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I think just sometimes ping and killer lag and frame rate and things like that can really mess you up using this, and I have had also a few ass beatings where I probably should have avoided the damage and escaped or got to that window, and I didn't. So yeah. Sabotage is great, but again, you need to use these other perks, and I don't know, I would just use blood points for this, to be honest. I still don't know how I haven't leveled up Jake, but yeah, it's fine. I would go Dead Hard personally. And then for killer, I'm going to go with Make Your Choice because Throwing Tremors is great. Make Your Choice, I guess, is more situational, but I just use Make Your Choice more often. And it can really, really sway the game. Throwing Tremors, again, is great because I do use it a lot. But I just feel like I use Make Your Choice more often. And from my personal opinion, I would use this more, and I would use it over Throwing Tremors. But yeah, it is also situational, so keep that in mind. Guys, that's going to do it for my Shrine review. I hope you enjoyed. I'm really sorry about the coughing and the probably weaker voice and also some voice breaks. I will try and stream this weekend if I can, because I have been learning Blight recently. I played him when he came out, and then I kind of gave up on him for a bit, and then I tried him again. Now I'm having loads of fun, and I'm doing really well. So I might try and do Adept or something over the weekend, but I don't know. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Follow me on Twitter if you're not already. Yeah, thanks for watching. Apologies again. I'll see you in the next one.